Right, well, earlier this year, and it's certainly more than relevant given the events of today, Māori from across New Zealand gathered at the request of King Tūhaitia at Ngarawahia at the Turanga Waiwai, to what? There's a question. To unify was the dominant theme, and the suggestion was that hui at Turanga Waiwai was essentially to unify a Māori response to what some perceived as being an attack on the Māori people as an ethnicity and as a culture by changes that were outlined in the coalition agreements between National New Zealand First and the ACT Party. Now, it received extensive coverage, and obviously at that time of the year it would. It was January, and the suggestion was that more unity hui needed to be held, which would unify Māori. For what purpose and to what end, we will soon discuss. But the next one was planned for Omahu Marae, which is in Hastings, as I remember, in the Hawke's Bay, curated, I guess is the best word to describe it, by Ngāti Kahungunu. And joining us to talk about what's the aim of tomorrow and where next, we're joined by Ngāti Kahungunu's tribal authority leader, and that is Bayden Barber. And he joins us now. Bayden, welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you.
Kia ora, Michael. Thank you for having me on.
Listen, it's a delight. Did you take over from the iwi Tamona?
That's right. Yep, Iwi was the iwi chair for 26 years, and I came in 2022.
Right, okay. So, and Kahungunu, can I just explain to our listeners, it's a huge tribal district. Is it still divided into tai whenua?
Yes, 6 tai whenua, from Wairoa down to Wairarapa.
Right.
And it is a big area, 100,000 people.
Yeah, and you've just had the census figures. Have you had the census figures out for Ngāti Kahungunu descendants, or not yet?
Haven't seen them yet, no. So we'll be very interested in where those figures are heading.
Yeah, because are you the second or third largest iwi in New Zealand in terms of population?
I think we're number 3. We were in 2018, just behind Waikato, I think.
Okay, all right, cool. Now, as I said in my explanation, there was the Māori King sought a unity hui at Turanga Waiwai, and then the idea was always to have the meeting that you're going to have tomorrow. What is the purpose of tomorrow's meeting, Bayden?
Tomorrow's meeting is around going from the why. We spoke about why kotahitanga was important, why unity was important for iwi Māori. Tomorrow it's about how we actually do that. Bring in the form, function, maybe structure, some proposals. We have a number of proposals that will be shared at the marae tomorrow for iwi Māori to throw around. But so we're starting to get down to the detail and models that can unite iwi Māori. We have 900,000 population. We have a younger population as recently has come out. We have assets. We have a $50 billion economy, over the next few years. We also have leadership. We have aspirations, and we have people. So why we do lean out on government, and then when government doesn't play ball, it really impacts us. But this is really proactive. It's about saying, okay, let's look at ourselves. What are the things that we can be doing, connecting together to improve the education, the economic, the health and well-being outcomes, our cultural outcomes of our people. That's the aim of tomorrow.
Okay. Now, there is Māori leadership at a sort of a representative level. I'm specifically thinking about the Iwi Leaders Forum. There's also, I thought, the New Zealand Māori Council, although I don't know if it's in abeyance at all. Are those forums inadequate to represent Māori at a national level?
They, like New Zealand Māori Council, came at a time and a place of Māori history. The iwi National Iwi Chairs Forum, I mean, that does a pretty good job. I'm part of that. But I think any kotahitanga or unity movement needs to be able to see themselves in that model. And we have invited all of those types of organisations, urban, Māori, iwi, and other kaupapa, to discuss, because it's important we can come together, that we do, but it's easily said, harder to actually implement. But I think now is the time. We have the enthusiasm. There certainly is a desire, and that's going to be the challenge for tomorrow.
Is the thesis, Bayden, that the lack of unity within Māoridom makes it easier for the government to impose its political agenda on Māori?
That would be correct. There are collectives out there, but Māori continue to be kind of sidelined and ignored, and we've seen that recently. So a unified Māori movement, that's a powerful proposition, I think. We'll see if the rest of the whānau tomorrow, but certainly there are some of us that think, okay, and so tomorrow really is about, okay, yep, we've been to Waitangi, we've been to Tūranga Waiwai, we've heard the kōrero. Okay, what are we going to do about it? Here's some proposals. We think we can do it. We're confident we can do it. But we need you all on board. We need all of us on board, and to move forward. The government will want to partner with such a collection, unified iwi Māori, and we'll be there. We don't discount what the importance of the government. I mean, they hold the government treasury. The budget come out today. There's so many opportunities to build on the aspirations that we see as important, but a unified Māori response to that will make that easier, will make it clearer, will make it, I think, more powerful.
Yes, because Māori have never been unified. So it's always been iwi by iwi, as we both know. And
yep.
The idea is what? Some sort of representative assembly that represents all iwi in a decision-making body that then represents itself to government as representative of Māori in general, Bayden?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, Kahungunu, we put our hand up in the 1890s. Our ancestors at Waipatu Marae, another Marae in Hastings, they established the Māori Parliament, or the kotahitanga movement. So we have some experience, I guess, in the political realm. Yeah, you're exactly right. The government wants ease of access. And at the moment, there's so many different groups putting their hand up. We think if we were to unify Māori, we've got a better chance of pulling that treasury to the things that really count for us, that really matter for us. And we can use our own resources as well. So we're not just talking about government resources. We have huge resources as iwi, and we can work together in the partnership of the Tiriti o Waitangi, which is what we've always wanted.